Greetings everyone, I'm Adam Haritan, and today I'm going to show you how to find pawpaws. Pawpaws are incredibly delicious fruits that have a tropical taste, almost like a mix between a banana and a mango. Unfortunately, you will rarely find pawpaws sold commercially in supermarkets. So if you want to get your hands on some pawpaws, you're going to have to head to wilder spaces. In this video, I'm going to teach you two things. First, how to positively identify a pawpaw tree, and second, how to find a pawpaw tree in the wild. Just to give you some context, I'm filming this video in early summer. And if you know anything about pawpaws, you know that early summer is really not the time to harvest the fruits because they are unripe. However, early summer is an excellent time to scout the land in search of pawpaw trees because some of these trees have immature fruits on them. And if you pay attention to which trees show signs of fruiting activity, you can come back later in the year and harvest the ripe fruits. Don't think you could take it too easy right now and come back in September and do all the work then. If you really want to maximize your chances of finding pawpaw trees and harvesting ripe fruits this year, you want to do some work ahead of time. So let's go take a walk, let's learn how to identify pawpaw trees, and let's learn how to find them. Right now I am in a thicket of pawpaws. Pretty much every woody species that you see around me is a pawpaw. And this is pawpaw right here. These are the leaves. So several pawpaw species grow in North America. The one that we are going to focus on today is the common pawpaw, Asimina triloba. As you can see, this woody plant isn't very large at all. It often takes on a shrubby appearance, and it tends to form thickets with multiple trunks growing side by side. Many of these trees are genetically identical because the species is clonal. In addition to reproducing through seed, it reproduces vegetatively through root suckers. Now, pawpaw isn't difficult to positively identify. Once you see it a bunch of times, when you pay attention to its key features, you'll always be able to successfully identify the species. Now, there are 6 major features you want to look for when identifying common pawpaw. The first feature we already covered, the size. Pawpaw is a small tree with an average height of 20 to 30 feet tall and a trunk diameter only up to about 8 to 12 inches wide. The bark is smooth and thin. The leaves are quite large. They are obovate, which means that they are usually wider near the top and narrower near the base. They are alternately arranged on the branches, and when you crush them, they have an interesting odor, almost like a mix between bell pepper and motor oil. When I look at this tree right now, early summer, those are the most conspicuous features. Small stature, smooth bark, large alternately arranged obovate leaves. When I crush and smell them, they have that interesting aroma. Now, if you find a pawpaw tree during other times of the year, you will be presented with additional features. In the winter season, you will notice that the buds are brown and velvety. In the spring season, you will see that the flowers are maroon to brownish red in color, and they hang downward. So right there, we've got 5 major features to look for when identifying pawpaw trees. The 6th feature would obviously be the fruit. Now right now, early summer, these are what the fruits look like. So they're small, they're kidney shaped to somewhat rounded, they're green, they're very hard, they're growing in clusters, there's 4 of them right here, and they're obviously unripe. If you see this though, you are in luck because you can come back in a few months, sometime in September, and harvest the ripe fruits. Now I'll show you what the ripe fruits look like in a few minutes, but before we do that, let's discuss how you can find a pawpaw tree. It's great if we can identify the tree through photographs or through video footage, but what good does that do us if we're hungry for pawpaws but have no idea how to find the trees? Well, finding pawpaw trees isn't that difficult of a task. Let's take a look at this particular ecosystem. This area is loaded with pawpaw trees. This trail that I'm on is covered with them. I could walk for miles up and down this trail and never be out of sight of a pawpaw tree. Now, not every single tree has fruits on it, but many of them do. What's unique about this particular ecosystem? Why do pawpaws grow in such abundance here? Well, to answer those questions, let's take a look at a distribution map. I am currently somewhere around here. And as you can see, I am well within the native range of this species, depicted by the green color. So of course my chances of finding pawpaws are pretty good. If you want to find pawpaws, make sure you are exploring an area that is within this green range. Now, although common pawpaw, Asimina triloba, has a widespread distribution in eastern North America, mostly in the eastern United States, it doesn't grow within every acre throughout this native range. The tree definitely has habitat preferences. Once you learn the habitat preferences, you will be able to narrow down your search. Generally speaking, pawpaw grows in deciduous woodlands, oftentimes in ravines or in valleys next to water, many times on the terraces above floodplains or on the slopes leading down into floodplains. The soil in these habitats is usually rich, moist but well-drained, and fertile. Right here is another pawpaw tree, and as you can see behind me, there's a lot of water. Now, hundreds of pawpaw trees are growing on this trail behind the camera, the trail that runs along this lake. Now, this lake is a human-created lake. Before the lake was established, a stream ran through this bottomland area, and the surrounding woods are characterized by their high fertility and by their average to higher than average moisture levels in the soil. Now, if you have no idea how to locate a habitat based on those features, a very easy thing that you can do is look for tree associates. Of course, you'll have to know how to positively identify trees. If you can, you are in luck. If you cannot, I strongly encourage you to learn how to identify trees. So I've encountered numerous pawpaw trees in many different areas up here in the Northeast, in the Mid-Atlantic states, and in the Northern Appalachian regions. Common tree associates around here include American sycamore, sugar maple, American basswood, Ohio buckeye, yellow buckeye, tulip poplar, white ash, honey locust, red mulberry, shellbark hickory, and bitternut hickory. Your chances of finding wild pawpaw trees are greatly enhanced when you explore areas that contain many of those tree associates. Your chances also increase when you are within the native range of the pawpaw species, and obviously when you can successfully identify the tree. Now, as I said many times, right now, early summer, it's not the time to harvest the fruits, but it is a good time to check for signs of fruiting activity. Now, you won't always see immature fruits in the canopy this time of year, one of the reasons being perhaps a late frost destroyed the flowers in the spring season. But by now, early summer, the flowers that were successfully fertilized have transformed into fruits. And you will be able to see some of these fruits, not all, but some of these fruits in the canopy. Once you've located fruiting pawpaw trees, you'll want to return to the trees late summer through early autumn to find the fruits that look like this. Now, some of the fruits are hard to see because they tend to blend into the canopy very well. But you could just shake some of the trees and the ripe fruits will fall off. Where I live in western Pennsylvania, the month of September is a great time to look for ripe pawpaw fruits. Ripe fruits are soft, they're discolored, and they're very fragrant. They smell very tropical, and of course they taste very tropical as well. Inside a fruit, you will see large bean-like seeds that you can spit out or save so that you can plant the seeds at a later date and have pawpaws growing on your property. So that's what it takes to find pawpaw trees. It takes knowledge, it takes skill, it takes legwork, and it takes a reason. If you want to find pawpaws, and if your reason is strong enough, you will find them. Remember, you don't have to wait until September to start your search. You can do it today. And if you can't do it today, I guess you can do it tomorrow. So to summarize what we covered in this video, there are essentially 3 major things you need to do in order to find pawpaw trees. Number 1, learn how to identify the species. Number 2, learn its habitat preferences. And number 3, explore areas that are within the native range of the species. When you do all these things, it's only a matter of time before you connect with one of North America's tastiest fruits. Thanks so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe to the Learn Your Land YouTube channel. You can also head on over to learnyourland.com and sign up for the email newsletter. And if you are on social media, on Instagram or Facebook, feel free to give Learn Your Land a follow over there. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next video.